Diamond is a chunk of coal that did really well under pressure. A very warm welcome to everyone who is watching this video. I am CA Vipul Dhal and today we'll be discussing about one of the topic that's commonly ignored in our society. That is how to manage mental pressure while preparing for your exams. This is a very serious topic and today we'll discuss everything in detail. I will give you 5 steps in this course on how to deal with mental pressure while you are preparing for your exams and also clearing them in first shot. All of these steps are from my personal experience. This video is relevant for every student who is preparing for any professional exams like CA, law, etc. or any competitive exams also, whether UPSC, CAT, GMAT or any other exam. Honest confession. I puked before my CA inter-accounts paper, and that was clearly because of the anxiety that I was facing before appearing for a professional exam and not knowing how to deal with it. In today's session, we'll discuss in detail how to deal with these kind of anxieties if you are also in the same boat as I was. First of all, let us understand whether pressure is good or bad for us. According to me, it is very good because it pushes our limit. It takes us forward. It tests our caliber and it also tests our perseverance. But it becomes really bad when this pressure converts into anxiety and it starts affecting our performance. So let's quickly jump to 5 steps that we need to follow if we are facing anxiety, any kind of stress or mental pressure while preparing for our exams. All of these steps would be discussed in a lot of details. So I would suggest that you listen carefully and watch the entire course. Don't skip in between. Listen to the entire course as it is going to help you a lot. Nobody will discuss all of these things in so much detail with you. So let's get started. Point number 1. Planning. There's a simple thumb rule. Pressure is generated only because of lack of planning. So if you are appearing for any competitive exam or a professional exam like CA, one of the things that your institute wants to check in you is how good you plan. Take example of Chartered Accountancy course. The volume of the course is so high that you cannot complete the entire course without having a good plan in your hand. So how do you plan? The upcoming attempt of CA Foundation would be in December. There are approximately 3 months with you to prepare, but maximum students will start taking it seriously when only 1 month would be left before your exams. They will evaluate how much course they have completed and how much is still pending. Looking at their pendencies, they will come under immense pressure and have a fear of failure in them. Now just imagine, if you will evaluate today when there are 3 months left before your CA Foundation exam and take corrective action plan, would you ever come under pressure? I don't think so. I have created a separate video explaining the 90-day study plan for CA Foundation students aspiring to appear in December 21 exams. That will not only help them clear their CA Foundation exam in first attempt, but will also help them manage their exam pressure. In this video, I have not only helped my students to identify their weak subjects, but have also given them a study routine to prepare in this next 3 months, and I have also told them the number of revisions that are required to clear CA Foundation in first attempt. I will link that video in the description below. Just watch that complete session and you will feel the difference. With the kind of routine and plan that I have shared with you, and with the kind of scope that I have left for you to evaluate for yourself, you would be able to not only learn how to plan, but would also be able to manage the pressure. So I would strongly recommend that you listen to that 90 days plan that I have discussed in that 1 hour session and make your own plans on how you should appear for your CA Foundation exams. Point number 2. Focus on the task in hand and not the end result. Now this point cannot be explained properly without taking an example of MS Dhoni. Now in this video, the team needed 23 runs off 6 balls. Now, for those of my friends who know very little of cricket, would also agree with me that it is not a simple task. It is a task of extreme pressure, but see how beautifully MS Dhoni manages this pressure and comes out victorious.
Good start, because it's a dot. Dhoni won't run. Bang! Number one.
That's one of them. Only 3 more required.
That'll be 4, I reckon. That'll be 4. Well fielded, outstanding Hashim Amla. Oh, brilliant. Just brilliant.
And they did not run, I don't think.
Oh, just inside. Just inside. It's 4 runs. There it goes. Gone. 6 runs. We're down to the final one. We're down to the last ball.
This is cricket. Look at the eyes.
And by that, I don't mean Dhoni hits it out the park. Let's see how he goes. Oh, there you go. There you go.
He's done it. What a match.
There are 3 important learnings from this clip. Point number A. Never run from challenges. Now, if you have watched the video very carefully, you'll see Dhoni had a chance of changing the strike on ball number 1 and ball number 3. But he did not run from the challenge. He took all the pressure on himself and he was ready to accept all the consequences that came along with that. Point number B. Division of bigger task into a smaller task. Now he didn't look it as at 23 runs that are needed of 6 balls. He looked it as 4 runs on an average that are needed of each ball. Point number C, and the most important one. Replan if your first plan fails. Dhoni was very clear what he wanted to do. He needed on an average 4 runs of each ball. But when on the first ball he was not able to secure a run, he replanned. And he computed that now he needs 5 runs of each ball. So on the next ball, he hit a 6. And that is what we have to learn. We have to learn the power of replanning. If first of our plan fails, we have to replan. We don't have to lose heart. We have to replan and come back with even more rigor to achieve our goal. So for your exams, you don't have to look it as 4 big subjects or 8 big subjects. Divide these 8 subjects or 4 subjects into smaller tasks, maybe a chapter-wise task. Give your 200% for achieving these smaller goals in a time-bound manner. If, however, sometimes you fail in achievement of these smaller goals in the time-bound manner, don't lose heart. Replan. Just like MS Dhoni, you have to replan. You have to push back and you have to tell yourself that I'm going to replan and come back even stronger tomorrow and achieve my bigger goal. It will help you in 2 things. Point number A. It will keep you motivated. Whenever you are achieving a smaller goal, pat your back. Motivate yourself and tell yourself that tomorrow again you have to work very hard to achieve the next day goal. So it will keep your motivations high. Point number B. Achievement of the bigger goals. When you'll start achieving the smaller goals, after some time you will realize that you have completed 25% of the goals. After some time, you'll realize you have completed 50% of the goals. And eventually, you'll complete 100% of the goals and you'll not even feel an ounce of pressure. This should be your ultimate plan to success.